MVP had their first MMA event yesterday. I'm going to give my entire recap and thoughts on the card. I'm going to go through the first fights that I want to go over just very quickly. Some of the earlier prelims. Jason Jackson gets it done over Jeff Creighton. I thought he looked fantastic. He landed a big left hook, dropped Creighton, didn't need any follow-up shots. I see people calling for him to be signed with the UFC. I say yes. He has a win over Amasov at Bellator, who looked freaking phenomenal his last fight. Yes, sign him. He's a guy who trains at Cliff. He's very well known in the MMA scene, but he's actually never fought in the UFC. I say they sign him, man. I say they sign him. He's very good. He's very good. Adriano Moraes and Kuta. So I didn't actually see this fight. I saw the finish because like seriously, my freaking power went out, so I couldn't see this fight. Yeah, Adriano Moraes gets a controversial submission over Nkuta. You can clearly see that he held the choke after like 2 seconds after the bell, and that's the 2 seconds are what makes Nkuta go unconscious. So yeah, and I heard people saying that Nkuta actually had an argument to win the fight on the scorecards if it had gone there. It's crazy. I think it was the wrong decision from them, and they reviewed it as well. So yeah, I don't think that was a good decision. I thought that they should have done a better job of that, and yeah, I didn't like that at all. Robelis Despaigne KOs JDS. I actually went with JDS on this one. I thought he would be able to pull off a win, but Despaigne, he's been KOing guys over at Karate Combat. Continues that by KOing JDS. It's honestly, I really don't like seeing JDS getting put out at 42 years old. It's not nice to see. Yeah, Despaigne, it was a really nasty finishing sequence too. Really nasty. And he calls out Francis Ngannou, which I think honestly would have made more sense to make that matchup on this card. I mean, I don't really have much to say other than that. It was just a really nasty finishing sequence. I don't think JDS should be fighting anymore. Yeah, that was tough to see. I didn't like seeing that. Francis Ngannou KOs Felipe Lins, trying to take Francis down. He landed like a good overhand right, but other than that, Francis was just staying patient. Didn't force a knockout, just let the knockout come to him, and he landed a good check left hook right on the temple. And yeah, put Felipe Lins out cold. We knew that this was a dumb matchup in the first place. Like, this matchup should have never happened. We had Dana White break some news. Conor McGregor is officially back. It's crazy that we're actually going to be able to see Max Holloway fight Conor McGregor. And we see McGregor come back. But yeah, Dana White breaks the news as Francis Ngannou is walking out, which is absurd. Also, afterwards, we had the back and forth little Ngannou call out of John Jones. It's never gonna happen. I love the hype that they're setting for if it does eventually happen one day. But again, Francis and John are both getting up there in age as well, so I really don't see the fight happening. If I'm being honest, which really sucks to say. John still has like a lot of fights left on his contract. There's no way in hell Dana is letting him out of that. So I don't really know how John Jones even signed that long of a contract if he I don't think he was planning on having that many fights anyway. So I don't know why he signed off on that, or his team signed off on that, but it was a mistake, because this could have been a massive, if there was a world where this fight ended up happening outside the UFC, it would have been freaking insane. And that would have actually put some bigger eyes on that fight, because that is a massive fight. If that did end up being a thing where the UFC fumbled that fight and it happened outside the UFC, it would be one of the biggest fumbles in history. So yeah, and that would be massive for MVP, but it's not gonna happen, man. Despaigne and Ngannou has more of a chance of happening next than John Jones' fight does. And even another fight, I'm going to say, Francis Ngannou, Jake Paul in a boxing match has more of a chance than happening, bro. You saw them kind of talking to each other, talking some trash to each other. There was a video that came out with Jake like literally standing right in front of Francis like before the weigh-ins, I believe. They were kind of just talking about like both of their fights with Anthony Joshua, just talking some trash to each other. I think I've been saying it too, especially after the fight with Anthony Joshua that Jake Paul had. I don't think it's smart of Jake Paul to be fighting like massive like guys that are just way bigger than him and actually natural heavyweights, because we've seen what's happened. Obviously, like there was a question of him being retired because of the jaw. Obviously, he's saying that he's good now. So, and then he wants to fight like at the end of the year, I think he said, or soon. But yeah, I've been saying that I think Francis Ngannou and Jake Paul is actually like a pretty interesting matchup in boxing. Because obviously we saw how Jake dealt with Anthony Joshua in those rounds, using a lot of his footwork and whatever. But I'm not going to go into that right now, the logistics of it. But I think it would be really interesting. And obviously a lot of people would be interested in seeing it. If Jake Paul is going in there to fight Anthony Joshua, then why can't Francis Ngannou fight happen? You know what I mean? It's nice to just dream about that John Jones fight, but it's not going to happen, man. I literally I'm not even thinking about it because it's so cool to see, because it's the hype, because it's like a tease for something we're never gonna get. So yeah, the Despaigne fight probably next, to be honest. I don't know what else he would do. Now to Mike Perry and Nate Diaz. I did say in my video that Mike Perry, like I was going with Mike Perry for the entire, even when it was announced. It's like I think I lean more towards Mike Perry right now. But I changed my prediction to Nate Diaz because I thought he would be able to. I thought he'd be able to do it. I don't know why I thought that. I didn't break any of these fights down. I broke down more the UFC card more than anything. One thing I'm gonna say really quickly. Parnasse, the French guy. I'd heard a lot of good things before the fight. I'm not gonna lie. I'd never seen him fight before. I just saw his record and obviously that he's on a streak of knockouts. He continued that streak. Really good, man. Really nasty body shots. I thought he looked really good. He's a guy that a lot of people have been calling for to be signed to the UFC for a while. So why not make that happen? Why not make it happen? I just want to say that really quickly. Nasty body shots too. I said that in my other video. A lot of people went to the body tonight. Like Mike Perry, it was lovely to see. That's how you got the finish. Nate just really didn't like those body shots, and Mike Perry just like really ran through him. There's only a couple times where Nate had some moments and he tried to like threaten with submissions, but Mike just stayed going to the body, busted up Nate obviously getting cut open very easily with that scar tissue. When it was going into that, when did this fight end? Round 2? After round 2, it was about to go into round 3, and I was literally like, I would be surprised if they let him go back out. Just the cut was just leaking. It was pretty bad cut. And obviously, like I said, Nate's scar tissue, that's what I should have seen coming. Like I should have genuinely, like I should have predicted a scar tissue doctor stoppage. Like it's there. Like now going forward, I don't see, like that's what concerns me with Nate fighting again. If it's not a boxing match, if it's MMA or whatever, I don't know how he's gonna go through these fights without getting cut open like this, and the doctor's not stopping it. Like that's what I worry about really, because Nate's so tough still, and he took all these shots, which fair play to him. There's no way Nate's gonna go through a fight without getting touched up or cut open. Like it happens every single time. And yeah, that's just what concerns me with him fighting. I don't know how he's gonna navigate that and get through that. It's not possible. You can't. But yeah, good for Mike Perry. It's a big win for him. Obviously, returning to MMA in a very long time. Always cool to see Nate Diaz fight. And you love the moment. There's a moment in the fight where Mike Perry like was in the clinch. He had a back body lock. He tried to go for like that kick, and he just kind of laughed at himself, failing at trying to land it. It was. You love Mike Perry, bro. Love Mike Perry. It's so funny to see that he could just laugh at himself. But yeah, that was a cool little moment. At the end, Mike Perry was calling out Jake Paul again in an MMA fight this time, which I don't really have any thoughts on that. I don't think that'll happen. I think Jake at some point will fight in MMA, but not against Mike Perry. You saw Nate just kind of just like wanting an immediate rematch right away, which is it's just the most Nate thing ever. Like, just so confident after he just got absolutely destroyed. But that's Nate. But yeah, man, good for Mike Perry. Big win for him. Now to the main event. I mean, there's not much to talk about with this. If it loads, thank you. Okay. Yeah, there's not much to talk about. I said I thought Ronda Rousey would come out and submit her in a round, and she did. Got the armbar that she's known for, and I mean, yeah, it's just whatever. I didn't really care about this fight that much. Obviously, Gina Carano has her story with like losing all the weight to get back in the cage and fight again, which is cool. But dude, she hadn't fought since 2009. What are we doing? Like, I wasn't interested in this fight at all. I just didn't really care. I was watching, but it wasn't really invested in it anyway. Because I've also not been like the biggest fan of Ronda Rousey that much either. I mean, they shared a good moment, so fair play to them. I just wanted to talk about like MVP card as a whole, what the night was like. I think it was overall as a card. I think it started off really good, but I just think it was really like the ending didn't really live up to what was building. Like, it was building a lot of anticipation, and I feel like it was just really like anticlimactic. Like, to me, that's what it felt like. I thought the prelims and all of the early fights on the main card were better than what the last 3 fights, which were like the main headliners, were. Like, they weren't as exciting to me. Like, Mike Perry was just kind of like it was just a bit of a beatdown, really, and this one like lasted like 14 seconds, so it was just kind of like a bit anticlimactic to me. But I was excited for it, so there's that too. I don't know where MVP is gonna go with these cards. I don't think it's gonna be a thing where MVP is like consistently getting MMA cards like weekly like the UFC is doing. Like, I don't see it being like that, especially it being streamed on Netflix. I think it's just gonna be a thing where they have a couple or a few events per year that are big cards with a big main event. I don't know who that's gonna be, but yeah, again, I don't know how many of these fight. Like, I would assume all of these fighters, pretty much all of them, only have a 1-fight contract for the fight that they just had. But I was excited for it. Like I said, I was excited for it, but dude, I genuinely think the biggest news that came out of yesterday was the Conor McGregor announcement. I'm gonna post my reaction to that card, and it should be up right now. So if you want to go watch it, I'll please go watch it. I'd love you to watch it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I think this card was pretty just okay in the end, a bit anticlimactic, but it was okay nonetheless. And yeah, it was just a good night of fights, though. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought on the card, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.